All right. So, what do you do when you are driving a terrible tank or you find yourself in a game where you are not top tier? Well, in this instance, in my case, I both were true for me. So I'm in the tier 7 AMX M445 trash heavy tank. Leads on to great tanks, but this particular tank is terrible. It's a grind you have to get through, but it happens. There are several tech trees like this. You'll have one or two or more terrible tanks that lead on to good tanks that are worthwhile, and you have to get through them. And I am tier 7 in a tier 8 match. Now, I'm fortunate that I have an IS-5 on my team, and he's a pretty good player. So I have decided I'm going to latch myself onto him and support him through this whole game. Now, what that means is I'm going to attach myself to him, follow him around, and act as his second gun. So playing support role is that. So you pick someone, and you sort of you act out in a master and apprentice role, or rather let's say a knight and squire. So I'm a squire to the IS-5 knight. He's a pretty good heavy tank. It's similar to the IS-3. The IS-5 is a Clan Wars reward tank, and I'm going to follow him around, aid him whenever I can, and stay out of his way. That's a big part of it. So he took a shot at the Bat Chat 12T. I'm going to focus on everything he attacks, because like I said, my goal is to help keep him alive and act like a second gun for his tank. Now this, however, the WZ-111 is rushing into our base. He's YOLOing, so the IS-5 and I both turn around to go back and deal with him. Here, technically, I broke away from the IS-5, but I wanted to make sure this guy didn't make it through, and I didn't want him to get around the back of my friend. The IS-5 is much more important in this game than I am. He's a much better tank, but just do what you can here. So he and I are both trying to kill the WZ-111. There we go. So he's down, he's dead. The IS-5 and the IS-5 continues, and I continue following him. I don't even know if he knows I'm doing this, but I'm doing it anyway. This is just, so here. So the IS-5 is driving straight forward to go deal with the T-29 to engage him. The T-29 is focusing on him, so I'm flanking off to the side to get flanking fire. That's what it means. So the flank is on the side. It's like a flank steak. It's the side of a cow. I am taking a flanking position, so the IS-5 and I are firing on the T-29 from two directions because I am the IS-5's second gun. So I'm allowing him, he's the big master tank, he's the big knight, he has lots of armor, lots of plate mail. I'm the little squire in my leather gambeson. Actually, gambeson's cloth, whatever. In my little leather vest, I have no armor, I have nothing. All I have is, I have a spear that I can poke at my knight's foes to help him out as needed. So that's what's happening here. The T-29, the enemy T-29, is focusing on the IS-5, and I'm going to take pot shots at him from the side when he's not looking at me. And the IS-5 and I quickly dispatch him, because when you support someone like this, and you have basically one tank with two guns, every single engagement is a 2 versus 1. That is an excellent, easy way to win games. If you make sure to outnumber every fight in your favor, that is a superb way to win. And it's very effective in this game. So I see the IS-5, there we go, is pointing to my right, and he's going to go around the right side of the building. I notice that, so I turn to the left. I take the left side of the building to make sure he and I both, there we go, he gets the kill shot. But the whole point was we're double teaming at every engagement. I am following him around. I am acting as his second gun, and I'm staying out of his way. The last thing I want to do, I don't want to just hang around right next to him and behind him, because I don't want to get into his way. I don't want to block him. I don't want to stuff him in any particular manner. I don't want to hurt him. And here we break and go in separate directions. We're both heading back to reset the cap circle. He's going on the one side, and I'm going to give an alternate route of fire. Now, looking at the map, I was driving, looking at the map, I was very saddened. There are 3 seconds left. I was not expecting that pile of rubble to be there. Like, my heart sank right here, because I thought I just lost the game. But the IS-5 got off the shot and reset. So thankfully, good to him, good to him. And then from two different lines, he and I are both firing into the enemies in the cap circle, and we're just tearing up. He and I working together are winning this game. This is teamwork at its best, and I don't even know if the IS-5 realized what I was doing, but I don't care. I played my role. I did well. I helped keep him alive. He got 5 kills. I got 1. I don't really care about the kills because he was the knight and I am his squire. That is the purpose of playing a support tank, and that's how you play a support tank. There we go. Alright, now this game, I took a similar role. I have a couple different choices. I have the IS-3, the OHO, and potentially the Type 59, depending on where he goes. But I need to support someone and make sure they stay alive, because if you look at the team list, there's a lot of red on my team and a lot of orange and yellow on the other team. So we have the weakest team. Okay, out of the two teams, we have the weaker team, and I need to do everything I can to aid and keep our Tier 8 heavies alive, because they are the armor and hit points that will allow the rest of us to do things. So I'm rushing ahead, trying to get off some shots, initial shots. I spot the defender through the wall. I don't want to take on that immediately, or I don't want to take him on alone, but the OHO is making a play. So here's the thing. I'm attaching myself to the OHO. He called for help. He is absolutely making a play. Whether I want him to do it this way or not, he is doing it. And the other tanks, the enemy tanks, are most definitely focusing on the OHO. So I can afford to follow him out and take some shots. Now, I'm loading premium ammunition because it's a defender. I'm not penetrating that with standard. Pop a shot real quick into the AMX 5100 because that thing's easy to pen. Get another one into him. So I'm not even going to focus on, beyond that one shot, I'm going to focus on that tank destroyer. I want to suppress the tank destroyer so he's not going to shoot the OHO in the side, while the OHO delays potentially damages the defender, but at least keeps him out of battle. So now if you see here, I saw the IS on our team was coming up behind the SU-122-44, so I knew I could afford to leave him be and focus on the defender. So the defender, in between, when the defender takes shots at the OHO, see, as soon as the defender fires to the OHO, I know I'm clear to just run in and pop a shot into the defender. Now, the defender and the AMX 5100 are both dead. Their top tier heavy tanks are gone. I am now just... yeah, I am gonna run, get more damage, help my team clear out the rest. But the point is, me supporting the OHO, playing as his second gun, allowed us to quickly dispatch the 2 tier 8 heavy tanks on the enemy team. And as soon as that happened, we turned what was a disadvantage game into a clear advantage game. So it was all done after that. Yeah. So now it's just artillery, which yeah, my teammates get, and bam, that's the end of the game. So here are the results from the Stalingrad game, where I attached myself to the IS-5. I got 2,146 damage. I got the kill shot on the E-25, and I shot other tanks multiple times. Team, I ended up as second place in both damage and experience, which is pretty good to be in a city map in a tank that has no armor and not be top tier. That's pretty good. And I mean, working with the IS-5, I'm pretty sure we won that game. Pretty good payout too. That's, I mean, I got a bonus for the premium account, but it worked out well. Now, in the game where I attached myself to the OHO, I did 2,066 damage. I got multiple shots into several tanks. I got the kill shot on the defender right at the end there. And I ended up doing the most damage of anyone in the game, and I got the most experience on my team. So top in damage and top in experience. And I'm in a terrible tank. I'm in a terrible tank with no armor, no view range, no mobility, but I let someone else be my knight. So he has the armor. He's on the high armored horse. Everyone's focusing on him because he's the knight. I'm the little squire in a leather vest with a spear, and I follow him around, and I stab things in the side when they are focusing on the knight. And that's your job. That is how you properly play a support tank, when you're outclassed and outgunned. So when people say you need to play a support role, that is what they mean. A lot of folks expect you to understand that, but if you're not, if you haven't heard it before, or you don't quite understand the concept, or if you're brand new to the game, there's not a, you have nothing to base it on. But this is how, at least with a support heavy, this is how you play a support heavy. All right. Thank you. Have a nice day.